Okay, I hope everybody can hear me. Okay, we have the volume turned up and we have the headphones in and we are going to be going live. And I wanted to talk about the chosen, that we are the chosen, and when we become enlightened, when we're anointed, we have to go through a series of understanding who we really are, what we really want out of our life, what we're really aspiring to be. And a lot of the times the chosens are faced with the hardest catalysts, with the hardest circumstances, with the unexpected things like falling in and out of relationships, losing your job, or just things that happen that make us feel like we're suffering, or that we're not getting ahead, or that we're being tested. And what I've really come to the conclusion is that it's just you're being molded, and that you're building more of a foundation within yourself, and you're building your integrity, and you're just upping the frequency and coming more into oneness and understanding that everything is a revelation and everything is a revealing and everything is discerning what is an illusion and what is not an illusion. So understanding that we are the chosen, meaning that we're chosen to go through this path again of healing, of understanding, of trying to really integrate everything within ourselves, and to understand that life is not kicking us in the butt. Life is actually teaching us. Life is very loving. Life gives us so much wisdom by using its authority to show us that everything always needs to change. Mother Gaia will always change the way the world is built, the way the world is seen, the way the world generates its energy. And sometimes we just need to understand that every time that we're ushering into a new reality, what we're doing is that we're connecting more with our guides, our higher self, and our loved ones on the other side. And they are like our intergalactic council. The intergalactic council is a thing, but the intergalactic council wanted me to kind of make an understanding that there's an upper echelon of energy, of guides, of angels, of so many different things in this world, that we're just upping our hierarchy. We're going to another stage. So it's like playing a video game in a sense, that maybe you weren't able to go through the hard difficulty at that said point in time, but now you're able to go through that hard difficulty. You're able to allow yourself to see that maybe I can go on medium, maybe I can go on extra hard, and then be adaptable to the environment and the challenges and the hoops that I have to go over, even though we shouldn't make it hoops. But for the sake of this video and for the sake of this message, allow ourselves. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. And also, there'll probably be some healing meditation as well. So this quick message that I wanted to give is basically the chosen are meant to have their hearts molded and mended and built the spiritual armor, which is like the helm of salvation, the breastplate of righteousness, the belt of truth, and the sword of the Spirit, and the cloak of power that Archangel Michael can give to you, and his royal blue and golden dragons give to you as you're on this spiritual journey. So understanding that we're becoming a force of our own nature, and we're becoming that electromagnetic kinetic source energy, it's allowing ourselves to understand that we're adding a little more flair and a little more flavor to our lives and the way that we experience it, and not looking at catalysts as suffering, and getting away from lack and getting away from poverty consciousness, because a lot of us as light workers, some of you may have struggled with your finances, some of you may not have made a lot of money. I mean, I'm just letting you know that through these 3 years, have I always been heavily compensated, but the universe always seemed to have my needs met. So sometimes, until we're ready to get what we want, what we desire, what we really want out of our leadership and becoming the chosen and the anointed, sometimes we have to have certain series of experiences and lessons and catalysts and a lot of healing and a lot of past life progressions, and learning how not to regress but be progressive, learning how to not be reactive but being proactive, and being in that state of longevity. When you allow yourself to do that, you're really allowing yourself to see that the journey allows you to understand, but then the understanding becomes a knowing, and then what you were believing for comes to fruition in due time, in divine timing, in divine orchestration, and understanding that the chosen have a lot of divine connections to be made in order for the things in your journey that need to happen or that you really want to happen. Just know that these divine connections will pop up every once in a while. Or maybe it's your future wife, or maybe it's a set of friends, or maybe it's someone who can help you with a lot of business. So it's just, I guess, keeping your eyes open, keeping your ears open, and also just receiving from the divine and understanding that our Akashic record at this time as the chosen is being so expanded to the point where it's so ferocious and very vigorous and just has a lot of power. So a lot of us are becoming very powerful. A lot of us are tapping into our divine magic and allowing ourselves to tap into that divine magic and understanding that it allows us to make it very easy. It allows us to understand that we're getting rid of the disease of life and the sickness of life and the toxicities of life that plague us a lot and keep us stuck and keep us stale and doing something that we really don't want to do instead of doing something that you're very passionate about and that you really love and that really makes you filled with joy and resonance and truth and balance and wisdom. So I wanted to give this quick message because I feel like a lot of people at this time are going through things, healing, maturing, transforming, expanding within themselves. So understanding that you're just expanding yourself and you're becoming the oneness that you're seeking, and you're allowing your vibration to be in sync and to allow that non-physical to come into balance with the physicality of reality. So it's absolutely just developing that metaphysical reality and that metaphysical personality. So you allow yourself to do this, and you allow yourself to flow with energy instead of not going with the flow. So when you're going with the flow and everything is in sync and everything is perfect and everything is very magical, you allow it to be so prophetic and you allow it to generate its own sense of nature, the essential nature of being itself. So in order to really understand that you're handpicked by God and that you're the chosen, meaning that a lot of us have to go in it alone, a lot of us have to experience a lot of different relationships, a lot of us have to learn how to implement boundaries, and a lot of us are developing more masculine traits and also more feminine traits. And dealing with the emotional guidance system and allowing ourselves to understand that our thoughts are not always what we think they are. Thoughts are actually, aligned thoughts is what is bringing the abundance and the wisdom and the truth and the balance and everything that comes to fruition. When you have those aligned thoughts instead of those negative thoughts. Because when you have negative thoughts, they will cloud your judgment. They will try to sway you. So in and out of your day, you have to pick your thoughts. You have to pick your emotions. You have to pick your battles, in a sense. So day in, day out, always try to pick your battles. And know that you don't have to fight everybody else's battles, and that there doesn't always have to be a tug of war within yourself. So just know that you are okay, that you're doing everything that you need to do, and that you are beautiful and magical in your own way, and that the chosen are just going through a lot of integrating and also just tapping into the heavenly realms, the angelic realms, and also the hidden realms that we don't even know about, and making everything have a little more depth and a little more dimension. So we're adding a little more depth in our life, and we're adding a little more dimension to where it's allowing it to become the entire landscape, become the whole environment, to become everything that you want to become inside of one moment spontaneously, and you're allowing it to be simultaneous by understanding that you're giving everything more depth, more dimension, more vibrancy, more usherance, and you're giving it some sort of persistence. You're being persistent with your vibration. So when we allow ourselves to be persistent in our vibration, it means that we're being consistent. Consistency is just key, and it's not making it feel as if it's a chore, Don't make your vibration feel as if it's a chore, as if it's something that you have to do, something that you just have to do. And if I meditate this and that, I'm afraid of my healing and stuff. But don't make it fun. Make it imaginative and make it something that you look forward to. So, I just wanted to get on here real quick because I'm actually going to pop back on here and do a bunch of readings and healings and stuff like that. So I wanted to give that quick message and just make you guys more comfortable that what you're really doing is that you're tapping in to the source of all things. You're becoming God. You're becoming God in your own essence, in your own beingness, in your own way, in your own individuated creation, in your own unique sense of theme, of narrative, of sound, of light. So vibrate that light in the way that you vibrate light. Don't vibrate like someone else vibrates. Don't draw from someone else. Vibrate how you want to vibrate and know that what you're doing is essential. It's essential because it allows you to understand that the world wants you to be ready, wants you to wake up, wants you to be here, to be alert, to be aware, and to be the observer observing itself. So you allow yourself to understand that you're the light in the darkness. You're the light at the end of the tunnel. So if you feel as if you've been going through a tunnel and you don't know where the light is, you don't know where to go, you don't know where it's going to lead you, just know every time that you go in a circle, because love is a circle, it's always going to lead you back. Because you're never going to go so far back that you're not going to know who you are. Because we can fluctuate energy, but we never fully go back from where we came. So there's no going back and there's no turning back on your vibration. But to just vibrate that infinity signature, because the infinity signature comes back around. And also you can use like the circle analogy that I use very much. That's how I describe the vortex. The vortex is where you put everything of your creation. So like the infinity signature is infinite. It comes back around. It's like a racetrack, if you will. So you have to think of life as a racetrack. But how fast are you going to go? And how fast do you want to go? And how comfortable are you going to be going at that accelerated speed? Because it can feel very magical. It can feel very magical going at an accelerated rate and not always being obsessed with every single kind of moment, every single kind of situation or experience or sensation or meditation or anything, that you just dissolve the sense of illusion within everything. God is the universe itself, and infinity is allowing you to see that there is a nothingness to reality and that you're not really experiencing anything. You're just experiencing the manifestation of this entire universe unfolding itself and generating and making everything appear as the conductor of energy. So that's what you're doing. So also we'll do like a little meditation. I wanted to do this quick message. They wanted me to go on real quick. And I'm also going to come back on and do readings and healings and stuff like that. But allow yourself to access the Akashic record. Allow yourself to access everything that you need, everything that you want, everything that you desire in one moment. And allowing that deep breath in and that deep breath out to carry you through the meditation, but also understanding that you are the universe. You are the world at large. Success is within you. Finances are within you. Everything exists inside the container of consciousness. It's just cleaning that container, maintaining that container, and maintaining that enlightened awareness to where you are that all the time. You emanate that all the time. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. So, you know that it's not experience, but it's experiencing. It's the experiencer. It is the observer observing itself. And then it's meditation meditating on top of itself. It is the infinite number of signatures that generate the source codes. So truthfully, we're never in the middle of a memory. Truthfully, we're never in the middle of something. Truthfully, we're never in the middle of a thing, of a appearance, because we are the energy signature of all appearances. So picking the positive thoughts and getting out of the negative thoughts, the negative moods, the mood swings that generate all of these past traumas, these past lives, this suffering, this lack, this non-abundant way of living life, and understanding that you're the chosen because you chose all of these catalysts. You chose even the future catalysts that you weren't aware of, all the circumstances that you weren't aware of, all of the timelines that you've altered, and that you were not aware of. You wanted it. You asked for it. And understanding that not everything is set in stone, but understanding that anything can change in a minute. Anything can change in a New York minute. So understanding this means that you are ever changing, you are forever changing, you are eternal. We're not waiting for eternal life, but we are the heaven that we are seeking. We are heaven itself. So every sensation, every thought, every emotion is consciousness itself. And it generates the sense of cognizance. It generates cognizance because it allows you to flow. It allows you to be. It allows you to feel as if your foot is not on the gas, but it's completely on the floorboard. So it'll feel like cruise control, but it will be super accelerated, the speed that you're going at. That you can slow down time if you need to. That you can bend reality to the way that you want it designed. You were designed in the image of the higher self and God. But the chosen loves self-discovery. It loves self-realization. It loves acting on things. It loves taking a step in faith and just taking a risk on something. It loves doing that because it's so freeing, it's so beautiful, it's a sense of release, but it's also, even in the midst of the healing or the messiness, that it's its own beautiful thing. And it's very graceful because everything that we go through makes us grateful that we went through it, that allows us to have gratitude, that allows us to see that everything that happened in our journey was absolutely necessary, and that it was all worth it because it allowed us to get that sense of worthiness. So building and maintaining that sense of worthiness, that sense of nourishment, that endless provision, that fountain of youth that allows you to breathe into the anointing of the chosen. And in this life we experience a metaphysical death, which means that we get a whole new life. And it's yours of what you want to do with it. So what's inside of me, or the I am, is inside of you. Tap into that nothingness and that spaciousness of awareness. This is called acceptance. This is acceptance of the quantum, acceptance of quantum codification. This is accepting that the soul is nothing. But then it turns into the appearance of everything, the light that pierces the veil of amnesia, that allows everything to come together and to exist. So take one last deep breath. And when I snap my fingers, you'll come back to. You'll have a greater sense of clarity. You will know who you are. And you'll become the oracle of love, light, and wisdom, which is God manifested in human form. And so it is. So, for everyone who enjoyed the meditation, thank you so much. I love doing these messages. I love getting on here. And they just wanted me to get on here real quick. So thank you all for who attended. And even the people who don't like what I do, because obviously there's someone who commented who doesn't like what I do. I appreciate that. I respect that too. So... So thank you guys, God bless, and namaste. And I hope you have a wonderful life, and I hope this meditation blessed you in so many ways. Thank you.